welcome to my video. Hello.
Hello, Radiac Maniacs. My name is Autumn Rain, and today we're going to review Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you're like, okay, Autumn, but I don't read, that's okay. I will tell you what happens in this book and we can go over it together. This book was actually recommended to me by this guy who owns his own financial company, really rich, really successful. If that's not telling, I don't know what is. Everyone recommends this book. Who's everyone? Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, you name it. The main takeaway is that if you want to achieve your goals, riches, success, whatever it may be, you need a strong desire, a strong plan, and constant action. If there's ever been a time where you're like, oh, I should really do that thing, yeah, but then you don't, it's probably because you don't want it enough. Weak desire breeds weak results. However, you don't have to despair just yet because there are ways to increase your desire. However, they are sadistic. One way that you can increase your desire is by burning your boats. It's actually mentioned here in the book. And it's a lovely little story where a small army was looking at a bigger army that was absolutely going to slaughter them. And the commander said, hey guys, don't worry about it because I just burned our boats. There is no retreat. We will either win or we will perish. And so then they won. A way to do this in modern times might be going towards what you fear or hate most and then taking advantage of that. So if you really hate socially awkward situations, then maybe you need to put your goals on social media as well as what times you'll achieve them. That way you'll feel social pressure in order to follow through. If you really hate losing money, you're like, Autumn, I hate losing money, then maybe you need to put up several $1,000s, almost like a safety deposit situation, and if you don't follow through, you lose it. Whatever you fear or hate the most, take advantage of that and burn your boats. Another exercise that's not mentioned in the book but that you could do and that Tony Robbins recommends is looking 10 years ahead to where you have your goal and you can taste it and you're envisioning it and it's so wonderful and you're like, oh my gosh, it's everything I've ever wanted in life. And then do the opposite. Look 10 years ahead and see what happens if you don't follow through what you're doing. Are you stuck in a dead-end job? Are you morbidly obese? What's happening? Really feel the pain. Like I said, these are a bit sadistic, but it's sure to increase your desire. Another thing that you can do, that I personally do, is remind yourself of why you're working towards your goals. Every morning, get up and read why you're working towards your goals aloud. That way, if anyone were ever to ask you, you could name it right off the top. If you ever think, why am I doing this? You don't have to actually think that because you'll immediately have the answer because you'll know. Do it every morning, even every night if you have to. Say, I'm doing this for better health because I'm tired of waking up and feeling lousy, right? Or I'm doing this for financial freedom because every day I go to work, I feel dead inside. You have to remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing, and that will increase your desire. Your plan needs to be specific. Very, very specific. I don't want to hear, I'm gonna be rich by the time I'm 30. I don't even want to hear, I'm gonna be a millionaire by the time I'm 30 through real estate. I'm looking for something more along the lines of, I'm going to be making $1 million annually by the time I'm 30 by investing in 2 foreclosed B-class multi-family units in Memphis, Tennessee in an appreciating area. Get specific. Don't be rigid on the details, but do be rigid on the goal. Overall, know what you want and go for it. There's one other huge takeaway in Think and Grow Rich, and that is manifestation. I'm actually convinced that Think and Grow Rich is the birthplace of manifestation. I mean, it's practically in the title. Think and Grow Rich, right? Right. When you're trying to manifest something, what you're really trying to do is make your subconscious work towards the goal all the time. You know, while you sleep, during the day. And for that to happen, you really need to believe in yourself and you really need to believe in what you're saying. One way to do this, a very common practice, is to look in the mirror and to tell yourself your goals and what's going to happen, right? And so you do something like, I will be a millionaire by the time I'm 30. I will be a millionaire by the time I'm 30. I will be a millionaire by the time I am 30. And you believe it. Woo! Just like that. Another way you can help yourself manifest is to put your goals everywhere. Because remember, we're trying to get our subconscious to work on our goals just as we go throughout our day, right? And to constantly be thinking about it. And so something I do is I have a vision board. I have multiple vision boards and they're super, super helpful. Another thing I do is for a long time, I had my goals and I put them as my phone screensaver, right? So every single time I held my phone, I saw my goals. I even have my goals taped above my bed. And you need to do something along the same lines. You really need to know your goals and you need to have them everywhere. And for you to know your goals, like I said, you're gonna have to have a specific plan. If I had to summarize this book in one sentence, I would say it's telling us all to be like Rock Lee from Naruto. And if you haven't watched Naruto, that's okay. All you need to know is that Rock Lee is a genius of effort. He has persistence. He smashes bad guys, like buttons, subscribe buttons, more bad guys. Now, let's cut back to the real world for a second. There are some times where you're like, this just is not for me. Maybe I should quit. But if you're going to look back and regret your decision to quit, you need to stick with it. Did you know that Michael Jordan was cut from a basketball team? Yes. The greatest player in basketball history was cut from a basketball team. Thomas Edison had 10,000 ideas that did not work. Walt Disney was fired from his job and his editor said the reason was he was lacking imagination and he didn't have any good ideas. Someone told Harrison Ford to his face that he should quit acting while he was filming a movie. Stephen King was rejected by 30 publishers for his first book, but he didn't quit because he knew that if he did, he would regret it. Opinions are cheap. You can find them at the 99-cent store. Sometimes you can even find them outside because no one wants them. You cannot listen to everybody's opinions. People will give you their opinions, but that doesn't mean that you should follow them. But just in case you might need someone to consult, this book covers that too. You can consult your invisible counsel. Now you may be asking, what is an invisible counsel? And it looks something like this. Oh, Grant Cardone, should I really buy that single family home? To which he would say, think bigger! You can have invisible counsel for other areas too, like investing. Oh, Warren Buffett, the world is practically burning down. Should I really be investing right now? To which he would reply, you have to be greedy when others are being fearful. In Think and Grow Rich, on page 17, there are 6 steps that should be carried out immediately. So step 1, you need to know the exact goal you're aiming for. Let's say it's money. I need an exact amount, not just, oh, I want plenty of money. No, we need to be definite. This will help our subconscious work towards our goal. Second, you need to figure out exactly what you're going to give in return for your goal. You cannot get something for nothing. It's just not how the world works. You need to figure out exactly what you can give so that the world rewards you for your efforts. To bear the fruits of your labor, you actually are going to have to do some labor. 3, establish a definite date by which you intend to have your goal, right? Not just sometime in the future. No. You need an exact time, right? Say August 15th of 2023. I don't care what the date is, but you need to have one. And you need to put it there and you need to work towards it. Have it be like a deadline in your mind. Step number 4 is very important. You need a specific plan in order to reach your specific goal. Remember what I said earlier? We got to get specific. And it's really, really, really important that you don't start later, you start now. And you might be thinking, I can't start now, but you can. Let's say it's real estate. You're saying, Autumn, I don't have the money to invest in real estate. I really don't. Figure out how to wholesale or even just listen to some podcasts. Start now. Let's say you want to be healthy and you're saying, oh, Autumn, you're right. This is good information. Okay. I do my grocery run tomorrow. I'll start then. No, don't start tomorrow. Start right now. Whatever it is, you need to begin immediately. This is how we build momentum. Step number 5, we're almost there. You need to take all the information you just had, steps 1 through 4, and you need to put it into a clear and concise statement. And then put this statement above your bed, somewhere where you can see it all the time. For the last step, step number 6, you need to read your statement twice daily, in the morning and in the night. Read it out loud. And I know this sounds crazy, but you need to do it. We're really trying to sink it into our subconscious, because manifestation is not just, oh, but I really want it and so it's going to come to me. No, it takes work. Just like the book says, it takes a plan, it takes desire, and it takes persistence. And if we want to put manifestation into play, you really need to fully commit. Now you may be thinking, wow, Autumn, there's so much information. Should I read this book? Yes, you should read this book. I tried to summarize the most important points, but I could not do it all. And you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you don't read this book. However, I will say that I often call this the white man's Bible when I'm alone with my sister, if only because it was made in 1930. So we have some, a little bit of ableism here, a little bit of sexism here. We have all of it. And if phrases like unfavorable hereditary background really get to you, you probably don't want to put yourself through that. Just read my blog. And in my blog, I go through this book chapter by chapter, and I explain the most important takeaways from everything. And it's a lot more in-depth in this video. And the link for that is in the description. If you really like this content, please like and subscribe. I'm so happy to have put out my first YouTube video. Thank you. Bye! Hello, Brainiac Maniacs. My name is Autumn Rain. I already messed up. Okay, and then I have to remember what I'm gonna say. Stephen Hawking was rejected by 30 publishers for his first book.
Do you mean Stephen King?
Yeah, let me go back.
Okay, yeah, redo that section. Okay. But I got it.
Well, no, thank you.